This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Pursue Fitness. We're at the Whyte-Rivas undercard press conference today, ahead of Saturday night. On the bill, Saturday, cruiserweight Chris Billam-Smith. Chris, how are you, mate?
Very well, thanks, mate. Yourself?
Can't complain. We've just seen you and Richard Riakporhe go head-to-head after the press conference. Few choice words said between yourselves, not so much from you, more from Richard during the press conference. He said that Shane McGuigan undermined you by bringing in Lawrence Okolie. Thoughts?
Ironic. Obviously, he used to train with Isaac Chamberlain, and if you're both heading for the top, like he was trying to state me and Lawrence, like if you're there, and surely he's undermining you and all this stuff, but if you're both heading towards the same direction, who cares? Like if it'd be the same situation for him. And the more ironic is he asked one of his mates, Chris Congo, when he was down training with us, to ask Shane if he could train him, and he said no. So he's probably just a bit jealous of Lawrence, to be honest.
Another thing I wanted to touch on, you were up there and you said you've been waiting for that breakout fight. It was offered to one or two people, we won't name any names. It didn't quite happen for whatever reason. Richard took the fight, you took the fight. It's on Saturday night. But Richard then came back and said, that's not true, you've been offered fights and turned them down. Can you just elaborate a bit on what you think he was trying to get at with that?
The only thing he's talking about is the Dion Juma situation with the English title, which I get, but the team behind me are there. I would have taken the fight. I've got a lot of respect for Dion. He's a good fighter. We've boxed as amateurs. A lot of respect for him. But they saved me in the sense of the purse bid. Money-wise, it's not worth it, and that's what a manager's job is for us to get us good fights. Yes, a good fight, but also to get us paid well. And that was the bit that was lacking in that fight. And now here we are, and we've got a big fight with a lot better purse, and it's a good opportunity for me. And the team have done a great job in getting this fight. And he's saying stuff like, "Oh yeah, but you've turned down fights in the past, but I'm fighting him." So what does that say about me if you're so good? If he's so good, then what does that say about me if I'm taking the fight? He's a big puncher and whatnot, but I've no fear going in there on Saturday night.
We've heard all weekend throughout the whole build-up, actually, especially when the Sky, etc., have been trying to introduce you to perhaps a new audience. It's boxer v puncher, it's boxer v puncher. Richard Riakporhe carries all this power, but Billam-Smith's the better boxer. Do you think people are sleeping on your power going in this fight as well?
I believe so, yeah. I think they think it's me on points or him by knockout, but I don't envisage that. I see it going a slightly different way, and I expect to see a lot of shocked faces at ringside after I do my job on Saturday night.
Now, he's been here before in a couple of domestic fights back to back. This is your first, what you'd call a 50-50 in the professional ranks. I've seen you yesterday, I've seen you today, not a hint of nerves, you're smiling, you told me the week's going slow, I just want to get in and fight. What's the difference been like in mentality? I remember speaking to you during camp and you said you've got that extra bit between your teeth, but during fight week, how have you felt? What's the difference?
It's exciting, isn't it? It's a big show. I mean, as a kid, you watch these press conferences. If you're as a young boxer, you're watching the press conference, the build up and everything, and so to be involved in it is special. You've got to enjoy it. It's part of it. We're not here forever. Opportunities don't come around forever, so you've got to enjoy it, and this is what it's all about. If you're training to be a professional boxer, this is what it's about. So if you're not enjoying it, why are you training to be a professional boxer? I love it. I love being at these big events. The hype and stuff is great, and it really excites me to see other people excited about this fight.
Everyone's got their own opinion. Real pick and fight. Your stablemate, Lawrence Okolie, says you're going to win in a round. Thoughts?
I've sparred Lawrence plenty. That's all I say.
Perfect preparation for Richard Riakporhe, sharing that many rounds of Lawrence and being in the same camp as well?
Definitely. He brings a good energy to the camp. He's a real nice bloke, good laughs and that. Obviously, stylistically and selfishly to myself, it's been very good. Having him in for this fight because he's tall, he's long, he can punch. Believe he has a lot more strings to his bow than Richard does. So it's got me in perfect preparation for this fight. So it's been great having him in the camp.
Let's talk main event. I'll try not to keep you for too long. Dillian Whyte, Oscar Rivas. We know the interim title will be online, WBC interim title. The winner will go on to face whoever wins out of Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury later in the year. How do you see that fight unfolding? Dillian's obviously going to have a size advantage, perhaps something he's not incredibly used to. How do you see it unfolding?
Yeah, obviously Dillian boxed Chisora. He had a slight advantage there, but honestly, I've seen very few clips of Oscar Rivas, but obviously he knocked out Bryant Jennings, who's put on a decent enough performance against an up-and-coming fighter in Joe Joyce last week. But so I can't really call the fight as such, but fair play to him because he is a bit of an unknown, Oscar Rivas, with regards to what one's going to turn up with, from what I've heard. And he's taken fights after fights without this mandatory, so you've got to respect the man for that. And obviously he's put on a big show here, and he pulls out good performances, pretty much every fight. So a lot of respect, and for British boxing, obviously it's good for him to win and carry on winning.
By your own admission, your support has been incredible going into this fight. You've sold a lot of tickets. I see your hometown football club, Bournemouth, getting behind you as well. It seems like you've really got the South Coast rooting for you in this fight. I'll leave the final message to you, Chris. What do you say to all those getting behind you ahead of Saturday night?
Thank you so much to the football club for doing the training kit video with me, to AS Bournemouth and the lads there, but also just the support. The tickets have gone amazingly, and I look forward to doing you all proud on Saturday night.
What do we see from you on Saturday night? How does the fight unfold?
It all depends how he reacts. If he reacts well, it might last later on in the fight. If he doesn't react well, I could get him out of there early.
All right, Chris Billam-Smith, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for speaking to Boxers Social.
Cheers.